Or do I just say I had a really good Thursday and I made $200 for 2.5 hours, you know? What's up, everybody? Chase here with another episode of Chasing Charleston Eats. Today is April 16th. We are starting our shift at 11:14 a.m. So obviously we are out here for another beautiful afternoon lunch shift. Today, our main goal is going to be finishing up that weekly quest that we have of 50 offers with less than 100 rejects. We are crushing it again. We only need 7 more offers total before we hit our goal, and I think we can have like 66 more rejects or something like that, so we can afford to be picky if we would like to today. However, I am only trying to be out for about 2 hours because I have a pretty busy afternoon, and then as usual it is my game night because it is Thursday. So we're gonna try to take the best orders possible we can, but we're also gonna try to make sure we have all 7 of those orders done in the next 2 hours. We have 2 other bonuses as well. We have our traditional bonus that you guys have been seeing a lot, the 6 orders for $18. So with our 7 orders for the main quest, that will completely take care of that. And then we also have a extra $1 per order between 12 and 1 p.m. So that's another reason why I want to make sure I stay out at least until 1 p.m. to take full advantage of getting that extra $1. We aren't going to waste any time, so we did just turn the app on and we will see what the day starts out with. Sweet, so we're starting off with a good one this morning. It is 8:54 for only 1.9 miles, but once I hit accept, it is 1.1 miles to the restaurant. So once we pick up the order, it'll be a nice quick drop off back towards King Street. So we're going in the right direction. We didn't have to backtrack at all, and it's given us some money flow on the way towards downtown. So let's head off to Smash Burgers and pick up our first order, y'all. Alright, perfect, y'all. That order was ready when we got there. So we are 0 feet away again. I don't know what is going on with Uber's navigation recently. We're 5 minutes away. I don't know how far we are, but based on how far it was to the restaurant, I'd say we're 0.8 miles from our drop off. Get out of the way of the dust cloud from that street sweep in there. Go this other way. It is going to an apartment building and it's a leave at the door, but it looks like they gave us a delivery code, so it should be pretty easy to get in and out. Is there another box inside that I might be able to use?
Yeah, so since you're already in the building, you don't need a fob or anything. So our elevator, if you just walk this way over to the left, that's where the elevator is, and then you can just head up to the 7th floor.
Oh, awesome. Okay, thank you. There's another bike delivery driver in here getting some water. He's got a little electric bike though.
You Uber or DoorDash?
Usually Uber, yeah.
Oh, you're encroaching on my territory. I can't have no competition. So I'm gonna have to
throw some punches. Yeah, I don't know. I've tried DoorDash before, but I feel like I don't get as good at orders on DoorDash here as I do for Uber.
It's the reason why Uber is so high end with clientele.
Yeah.
You gotta do so much stuff for them.
Yeah, people definitely tip better on Uber here than DoorDash for sure.
The new Quest system?
I have, yeah. I got 7 orders left to do today to get it done.
17, 7 for the $100 and
So, Oh, nice. See ya. Oh, perfect. We got another order right after this. 1403 for 3.2 miles. But 2 miles is me driving to Caviar and Bananas, so it won't be too bad. And it looks like both pickups are from Caviar and Bananas, so we'll be done with our second and third orders shortly after this one. Oh. I don't know why, but I wasn't expecting the elevator to open from the other side. All right, I just been looking at the orders and there is a lot of items, so I put my app on pause until we finish the next two drop-offs. So that's the second order dropped off. That couldn't have been any more perfect, honestly. That first order had 3 drinks in it, like 2 coffees. So the fact that we didn't have to carry them very far is amazing. But now we have 1.5 miles to our second drop off. We're going over to the hospital and handing off this larger order. Looks like we're going to the VA hospital, so I just sent them a quick message since it said meet at the door to see if they would like me to go to the emergency door or the regular door, because a lot of times people have me delivered to the emergency door there. Alright, well, they didn't respond, but the dot looks closer to the emergency door, so we're just going to go over there and try to text or call them again to see where they're at. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm great. Sorry if I called you, it does it automatically.
Oh, I didn't know.
A couple minutes. Alright, so these are the sodas, and then the chips and everything else.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I think I do need a PIN number. Perfect. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Alright, that's our third order dropped off, everybody. Literally as soon as I turned the app back on, we got this one for $13.73 for, I think it said like 1.3 miles or 1.6 miles, so it'll be super short, and it's picking up from right over here by the hospital at Banh Mi. So let's head over there and pick up the sandwiches. I feel like a lot of times I see other content creators that like begrudgingly take hospital orders, but we have a fairly concise, like not concise, but fairly condensed hospital area in downtown Charleston. And now that I've been doing Uber Eats for a couple years, I pretty much know where all the different buildings are. Every once in a while I'll have a new one to go to, but that's not very common. And I know where people like to generally meet. Honestly, a lot of times it's the emergency room exits that I go to, but I have no problem taking them because it's easier for me to get around on the bike. Okay guys, so I misread that order. I saw it was 14 things, but I thought it was 6 sandwiches and 6 or something else, but it was 6 like rice bowls. So we had to break out our pizza bag because that fits those larger orders in it a little bit better. So we are 0.9 miles to our drop off, but still a excellent order. Just have to finagle things to make sure we always have the food in our hot and cold bags. Oh, and it's sending me another order. It's not an add-on, so that means we're gonna end up going to Subway after we drop off this order, but it is 7:36 for only 1 mile, so pretty good order, I'd say. And after that Subway order, we will only have 2 more orders to finish our quest. It is 12:30, so we'll be out a little bit after 1, but that's okay. We should be done by 1:30 and have collected all of our bonuses for the day. Let's hope these elevators are working today, so we don't have to walk down the stairs. All right, perfect. We got that order dropped off, and now we're on our way to Subway. Again with the drinks, y'all. That's one reason why you always want to make sure you look at the items and then check it with what they give you, because this wow, they really had to come far in my lane apparently. This Subway, it said 1 item, but it was a meal, so he tried to give me just a sandwich, but they were supposed to get chips and a Mountain Dew, so I showed him the Uber Eats app, and then he re-looked at his ticket that he had, and it did say on there that they were supposed to get that other stuff. So we got everything that they ordered, and we are on the way to the drop-off. He almost forgot his soda, so I made sure I could grab it out of the fridge for him, and the chips should be in the bag.
Oh, hey, thank you very much.
Yeah, have a good one.
You too.
Okay, that's order number 5 dropped off. We only got 2 more to go before we get to head home for the afternoon. I feel like Uber knows I'm about to get this extra like $111 or whatever it is, so it's being stingy on some orders here. But we will just drive slowly down the street towards where all the restaurants are, and hopefully we can pick something up quickly. Currently it is 12:52, so let's cross our fingers that we can finish these last 2 orders in about 38 more minutes. Sat there for a second and played some Pokemon, but then we got this one, $6.75 for only 1 mile, so let's knock it out quick. Why y'all walking on it? I think I'll ever understand why places put soup on the top of orders like this, but we'll just go slow, make sure it doesn't rock around. We only have to go 0.3 miles, so it shouldn't be too bad. Okay, y'all, so we got that 6th order dropped off, so that means we're just looking for 1 more. They did try to send me an add-on for like $3.50, but it was a like 3-mile order, and even though I would have been able to be done for the day after that, I just can't bring myself to do an order that far for $3.
So after 11 years of pure rule, they president became a pretty strong. They put him on the throne. He said, "Gentlemen, thank you for thinking."
Really, the only reason I thought about that $3.50 order at all was because of the restaurant it's coming from. It was Thai Zap, and the lady that works in there pretty much every day, I think, is extremely nice and very friendly. We always have a good chat. So, but, oh, we're getting one right now. Be our last one. Basic Kitchen, $10.82 for 0.9 miles. Accept. So that'll be a great one to end the day, y'all. Let's head over to Basic Kitchen. As per usual, I'm going to keep my app on while we do this last order, just in case they send me something going towards my house. Lots of bumps there. Because this one's going back down about half a mile down the peninsula away from my house. So maybe we'll get something else added on. But as of our goals and what we came out to accomplish today, that is probably going to be the last one. It also is 1:15, so I didn't want to stay out too long because I do have some stuff to do before my game night. But I'm going to turn you all around and get over to Basic Kitchen. I always feel like it's the most inopportune times you have to wait. We had to wait about 15 minutes for that order, but it is only now half a mile to the drop off. I turned my app off because now it's 1:35 and I would like to be done and go home. So we're gonna drop off this last order, count up all of our totals, and see how we did for the week so far. Alright, y'all, so that's all of our orders dropped off. We had a pretty productive little shift today, little lunch shift. It was obviously a little longer than I would have liked. It was about 2.5 hours instead of the 2 hours we were hoping for, but we accomplished all of our goals. We got the extra $18 from that daily quest for our first 6 orders. We got the $118 from our weekly quest for finishing 50 orders. And then we got a few extra dollars between 12 and 1. So all in all today, I think we probably will have ended up making over $200 once all the tips and everything's come in. So that, I think, is a pretty good hourly rate. I'm still trying to decide if, when I'm thinking about my actual hourly rate, where to put those weekly quests. Like, do I divide it up over the hours I work to reach the quest and add it in? Or do I just say I had a really good Thursday and I made $200 for 2.5 hours, you know? I don't think it really matters because I'm making the same amount of money, but as far as like how I present it to you guys, I feel like it might be a little disingenuous to say, oh, I made $100 an hour on Uber Eats, even though I technically did, because say I didn't come out today to finish that 50 order quest, I wouldn't have been able to make that extra money. So there's an ebb and a flow to it. I'm not really sure. If you guys have any ideas, let me know. But as of for right now, we'll just say I made $100 an hour, you know? And since it is Thursday, we picked our weekend quest. I'm not really planning on coming out too much, even though I have all weekend off. So I picked the 20 order quest again, just because that way I know I can complete it and get the money. And if I stay out a little longer on Sunday or something like that, I might be able to get the extra 10 bonus quests on the side. Or if I get a ton of orders on Friday, I might be able to get the extra 10. So that way we just have a little bit more options. Instead of if I picked the 30 order quest, I would be kind of forced to stay out maybe longer than I might want to on a weekend, because most of my delivery is during the week and Sunday evenings. In the last week, we have almost doubled our subscribers, so that is awesome. Thank you everybody who has hit that button. for everyone else, make sure you subscribe, hit that little bell so you know when new content is coming out. I am currently releasing 3 videos a week. That might go down to 2 when it gets too hot in the summer to come out relatively often, but I'm gonna try to stick with 3. They might just be shorter shifts once we actually get into the summer heat, but make sure y'all like and comment on the videos to help get us pushed out into the algorithm more, help more people continue to find us, and we'll see everybody in the next one. Chase out.